Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is April the 8th, 2019, and it's Monday. And we're on Genesis chapter 7, and we're going to read it in its entirety. So we're reading verses 1 through 24. And the scripture reads, "The Lord then said to Noah, 'Go into the ark, you and your whole family, because I have found you righteous in this generation. Take with you 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal, a male and its mate, and 1 pair of every kind of unclean animal, a male and its mate, and also 7 pairs of every kind of bird, male and female, to keep their various kinds alive throughout the earth. 7 days from now I will send rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and I will wipe from the face of the earth every living creature I have made.' And Noah did all that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood waters came to the earth. And Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives entered the ark to escape the waters of the flood. Pairs of clean and unclean animals, of birds, and of all creatures that move along the ground, male and female, came to Noah and entered the ark, as God had commanded Noah. And after the 7 days, the flood waters came on the earth. In the 600 years of Noah's life, on the 17th day of the 2nd month, on that day, all the springs of the great deep burst forth, and the floodgates of heaven were opened." And rain fell on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On that very day, Noah and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, together with his wife and the wives of his 3 sons, entered the ark. They had with them every wild animal according to its kind, all livestock according to their kinds, every creature that moves along the ground according to its kind, and every bird according to its kind, everything with wings. Pairs of all creatures that have the breath of life in them came to Noah and entered the ark. The animals going in were male and female, and every living thing, as God had commanded Noah. Then the Lord shut him in. For 40 days the flood kept coming on the earth, and as the waters increased, they lifted the ark high above the earth. The waters rose and increased. They lifted the ark high above the earth, greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water. They rose greatly on the earth, and all the high mountains and under the entire heavens were covered. The waters rose and covered the mountains to a depth of more than 15 cubits. Every living thing that moved on land perished. Birds, livestock, wild animals, all the creatures that swarm over the earth, and all mankind. Everything on dry land that had the breath of life in its nostrils died. Every living thing on the face of the earth was wiped out. People and animals and the creatures that move along the ground and the birds were wiped from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those with him in the ark. So that's the actual scripture reading for today. So what was I going to point out? When we think about our life and how upset God must have been to just completely wipe out the earth, it should make us just want to reevaluate some things. And in thinking about that, sometimes we are just so busy, and y'all, I don't know what's going on with my eye, but anyway, sometimes we are just so busy that we really don't take the time out to just think about, am I pleasing to God? Like my actions, my words. Am I helping other people? This makes me, think about just life, and am I doing things that are pleasing to God? So the question was asked, how the animal kingdom roundup happened. So did Noah and his sons spend years collecting all the animals? In reality, the creation along with Noah was doing just as God had commanded. There seemed to be no problem gathering the animals. God took care of the details of that job while Noah was doing his part by building the ark. Often we do just the opposite of Noah. We worry about details over which we have no control while neglecting specific areas such as attitudes, relationships, our own responsibilities that are under our control. Like Noah, we should concentrate on what God has given us to do and leave the rest to God. That's a very important part of this story in our own lives. We have to focus, i.e. be intentional on doing what it is that we are responsible to be doing. Because what God has for us, that's why you don't have to worry about being in competition with somebody. Some people are, and you just let that be. But as children of God, we should know. We just need to worry about our own business. Uplift others, support others, be kind to others, all of that. Because what we do for ourselves and what we do for others is two completely different things. But supporting someone else or loving on somebody else, or it don't matter what it is, but just doing for somebody else in any form is not going to take anything away from us. And this is proof. Noah did what God had for him to do, and he let God take care of the rest. So is our life. We do what God has for us to do, and then God will take care of the rest. That's why we don't have to worry about, well, God told me to build this building, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Even if it's something like that. Of course, I'm just making this up, but we just have to do what God would have for us to do. So, that's it. I had a nice little drive this weekend. So, the person that I wish I would have met before she passed away, so I wish I would have met in my lifetime, was Dr. Maya Angelou. And so I listened to her, and I'm a India Ari fan. So I listened to Dr. Maya Angelou and India Ari, and I just talked to God, and I sang, because y'all know I just love to sing, whether I'm on pitch or off pitch, it don't matter. But we have to thank God for those little moments in our life where we can be free. So I really enjoyed that. Nothing major, just some time, and I'm grateful for it. So don't forget, be intentional in our thoughts, actions, deeds. Don't forget to love on one another, check on one another, and please pray for each other, including yourself. Okay, and that's it for today. Bye.